Hey guys, Steven here, and I'm back from YCS Raleigh, or I guess I'm on my way back from YCS Raleigh, where I went 9-2 with Vanquish. Unfortunately, I did not top just due to tiebreakers. I got 34th, even with some late losses around 5 and 9. But overall, I'm very happy with how the deck performed. I thought I was going to need to get a bit lucky to even have a chance of topping, in the sense of winning die rolls and dodging a lot of fire. And because I feel this deck can beat fire, I didn't want to play like 6 or 7 of them. But neither of those things happened, where I only won 3 die rolls LEDE 11, and I played against 7 fire decks. 6 of them being Snake Eye, which is harder. I still managed to have a topping record. So I think the deck is really solid. It is a high tier 2 deck, and I still stand by my comment where this is the best shifter deck. If you're playing Flu or Cash or looking for something else that's just anti-meta, this is the best one of those once you learn how to play engine correctly. So we'll get into the list. Similar idea to what I've been playing previously: 3 Raisin, double Xiaolong, double Madlove, 1 Pantera. You don't want more of this because it's just kind of a subpar draw. And you're generally switching the trap off Xiaolong instead of this. Then 3 Borger, 3 Caesar. I see people still not playing max of these. I think this is mandatory now. The thing a lot of people want to do is they want to make every deck into a hand trap deck and just play similarly, where they're playing like 12 tech cards and your starters. But this is not the point of the deck. And if you're trying to play a hand trap war versus Snake Eye, you're going to lose because their 1-card combos are better, and they play through hand traps. They have more tech cards to answer the other hand traps, and so you want to do something different, where you play this deck because it's a strong engine that can play shifter. I don't want to play Bell or Imperm because I think those cards are just subpar, and too many decks play through them, so I just max out engine because it lets you play through hand traps. They're good going first, and they're just insane to any other mid-range matchup. If you're playing against Flu, Cash, Stun, you're just fine drawing big guys because it lets you play through everything. And the other thing to keep in mind is that when you're just drawing attributes, you're string all the effects on live immediately. I think I use pretty much every effect other than like Pantera's first effect, where I can't be destroyed by battle this tournament. The bounce is relevant, the attack position change comes up a bunch, leading this just to pop an Imperm or something, so Raisin goes through is also like a very risky play. And you just want to be able to have them all in line by maxing on attributes. I think is people say, oh, you can play balance stuff because those are attributes, but if you're going second, you use those, and so those are out of your hand. So that's why I want big guys to do things practically and keep them in my hand. 1 Fenrir, 1 Rice Heart, standard cards. There are times where I keep the Fenrirs in hand. So I think the simplest example is that I shift to someone and they do the Ash play where they get IP into the temple. If I just summon this, then this is answered because I just SP Vanish this, and now I just lose a card for no reason. And so if I'm just going to lose a card for no reason like that, or if they have Princess and I have ways of dodging with Raisin because I have big guys, but I don't have this, it's better to keep this in hand than just lose it. People, I think, auto-apply it too much, so they just want to summon Fenrir and trade with interruption, but if you can play around the interruptions in other ways, then it's the card being an attribute is completely fine. Tech cards, so similar mindset I did before: 3 Shifter, 3 Ash, 2 Cosmics, and 1 Call Vibe. The inscriptions inside these cards are still insane. I just decided to swap the inscriptions with the Ashes in the main inside because I was playing against a lot of non-fire at the regionals. Unfortunately here, it did not happen like that, so I kind of got punished to some degree. But it's still fine to rogue decks. It's just whether you expect to play fire or whether you expect to play rogues, whether you play these. People comment that this isn't good versus Snake Eye, but it's still good going first. It's only bad going second. And if you shift with them, it's still good because the only play you're really concerned about is the tempo play where they get with IP, and this answers it. So it's still fine. I don't play 3 because I think Ash is somewhat a problem with this deck, and it's like the only hand trap you're really afraid of because it can prevent you from getting to Raisin, so I decided to play that instead of the 3rd Cosmic.
The local time is 2:30 p.m.
Consistency cards: 1 Rhoda, triple Durandal, triple Paw, triple Stake. Said in other videos, this deck felt inconsistent to some small degree. Here, I didn't win many die rolls, so I waited this card, so maybe that's why I felt more consistent. But I think this was fine this event. If you want to play one more consistency card, you can cut the planet, which is right here for it, for a small world. But this was fine. 1 planet because it's the 4th card, and I didn't want to play small because it's a low value card. And then your normal traps. I still see some people not want to play continue because this card's like somewhat bad, but lets you make rank 4 plays going first. So if you don't draw inscription or shifter, you have this for Dweller first turn. And it's just insane in the grind game. It also lets you like restack your attributes in hand if you get talent stripped or stuff like that. Then Snow Devil's like the best card in the deck. You always try to end with this first turn. Slide deck: 3 Phantasme, 3 inscription. People have the mindset of like the only way to go second is by playing hand traps, and I just decided to do something different where you're playing inscription. Yes, you're losing to mega combo ripping your hand, or if people are doing like Herald negates, it's pure Snake Eye, but that's 2-card combos, and at some point you have to accept that if your opponent opens an insane hand, you're going to lose going second. Like, that's true for everything. You can make as many hand traps as you want. There's still going to be custom hands that beat it. And so I just want to play this because it's good going first and second. And if my opponent's only opening 1 engine card or not doing anything degenerate, then this card can still solo a game. There's a game where my opponent opened Ash, so he ended with like Zelantis, IP, Flamberge, and then he had Ash, Imperm, and Valor. I opened this with 5 engine cards and just full crack the board. So the strategy does work. Sometimes you'll get high rolled out of it by them doing Omega stuff, but enough of the time it will steal games. Breakers for the other decks, so Cash, Flu, Voiceless, these cards are insane against. and you just swap out the shifters and the ashes because those are generally we're bad in. I just want a specific brand of hate, so you play Retaliating Sea and 2 contact. I was gonna do 3 of this, but I actually wanted this to get more value when I get this gets pop first turn with Guardian Chimera, and I think this is also just good for some brands, so it's fine. I didn't play against any, but that is the deck I hate for that deck because I think that deck was overhyped for this event. And the extra deck, 3 rock, 1 heat, 1 SP. I think you have to play this. This doesn't come up much. Like the last 2 regions I played, I didn't ever make SP, but this came up like 5 times today. And the whole extra deck is just toolbox, so you just keep everything in. If it doesn't come up, event doesn't come up, but you always want the ability to make SP, to attack the grave if you don't have the ability to make rank 4s. Also, this comes up with a mirror a lot, which I did play one of, because it lets you steal like Xiaolong and then add your Xiaolong back, so you have more fires in rotation that way. And then just rank 4 toolbox, 1 Dweller, 1 Dempsey, 1 Exton, Uska, Zoo package. Standard, I was playing Tornado Dragon before this for Voiceless. I swapped it for this card. This card never came up, and I never think about coming up. It's just a rank 7. You can make that like somewhat answers grave effects. You can cut this if you want. This card's like the 14th or 15th spot, so you can swap whenever. 1 Typhon, which is like the best card on the description because they can't trigger Prince of Hell, so just like immediately clears whatever half of the board. You can also protect it with Xiaolong, so their Flamberge are dead and they can't throw anything with it, which is a funny interaction. And then double Zeus because I want answers for cash. Overall, I think this deck performed really well. I think it's high tier 2 deck, and you just need to play engine heavy wise. If you're playing hand trap base, I think it's just a worse Snake Eye deck or a worse hand trap deck. There are other decks to play like that, but if you're sticking to the strengths of the deck, which is that it's a good engine deck that plays shifter, then I think that you'll have a large amount of success with this. Anyway, I didn't top. I'm very happy with my results of having a topping record at least. Thanks.